Herkese selamlar arkadaşlar. Hogwarts Legacy'nin yeni bir bölümüne hoş geldiniz. Oyuna kaldığımız yerden devam ediyoruz. Önceki bölümde videoyu kapatamamıştım çünkü PlayStation çökmüştü. Şimdi oyuna kaldığımız yerden devam edeceğiz. Lütfen videoyu beğenmeyi, kanala abone olmayı unutmayın. Bakalım.
Ugh, not going to move there, are you?
Here, watch this.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Checkmate.
Told you. They should have listened to me. Ah, I know who you are. You're the new Slytherin, the one who barged in with Professor Fig last night. Interesting tactic on your first day, taking all the attention away from the first years. I'm Imelda, by the way. Shame I wasn't with you in Fig. I could have lured that dragon away. My skills on a broom are legendary.
Keşke orada olsaydın. Ben İmada, sen ve Fig birlikte olmam çok yazık. O ejderleri çekip çıkarabilirdim. Bir süpürge üzerimizenin efsanedir. Keşke orada olsaydın.
Professor Fig's friend would have survived if we'd had your help.
Precisely. Perhaps one of these days I'll show you a thing or two about flying. I can teach you more than Kagawa ever could. Speaking of which, I'd like to get in some time on my broom before classes.
Ben senin daha önce süpürgenin biraz daha zaman ayırmak istiyorum.
Are you a keen Wizard chess fan? You knew that boy was going to lose the match.
Not really. Much too sedate a pastime for me. Also, it's simply not that challenging. The moves are always so obvious. Why does no one else see it?
Do you have a lot of time to fly during school?
I make the time. There's nothing like swerving through the spires of the castle and around the Quidditch pitch to clear the mind.
Benim boşaltmak için kalenin kulelerinin arasında içerisine geçmek gibisi yoktur. Quidditch.
Goodbye, Imelda.
Nice meeting you.
I really hope we get to see, or at least hear one today. I think I heard one. Doubt mermaids find us that interesting. Ah, based on all the chatter when you entered the common room, I'm guessing you're the new 5th year. I'm Ominous. Ominous Gaunt.
Nice to meet you, Ominous.
Well, you certainly had a memorable arrival.
Well, if I'm going to make my mark here, I had to start right away.
Ha! You're definitely in the right house. Do let me know if I can be of any help as you navigate your first days here, though I doubt you'll need it.
Did that student say he thought he heard a mermaid?
Yes, but I've never heard of a mermaid showing up outside our common room window. It is fun to play along, though. Been known to keep some first years on the lookout for hours.
Were you expecting to be sorted into Slytherin?
Most certainly. My family on my father's side are direct descendants of Salazar Slytherin, one of the 4 founders of Hogwarts. Not something I'm especially proud of, mind you. He was obsessed with blood status, a pure-blood maniac. Unfortunately, most of his descendants do not fall far from that tree.
Thank you, Ominous.
Okay.
Very nice to meet you.
Pleasure was all mine. Don't be a stranger.
Is the new 5th year Slytherin in here? Professor Weasley's waiting for you just by the stairs.
Merdivenlerde benim bekliyor.
What are you doing?
Don't you find it
Revelio.
It's always surprising how cool.
Profesör Weasley beni niye bekliyor ya?
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a 5th year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success.
Olağanüstü bir şey mi tasarladınız?
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a 5th year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Lazım onu açar kullanın.
What do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test. This way. I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also train you to be alert to your surroundings. The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore. Do keep up. Why don't you cast Revelio on that statue and see what details the field guide can provide? Clever.
Bir daha mı geri gidiyoruz?
Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle.
Ha, kalenin içindeki şeyleri öğretiyor şimdi.
Good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
Oraya festival yaptık.
And here we
Şeyin
are.
içine
Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall. You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall.
Kalenin içinde.
Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive. Our King's Cross station, so to speak. That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
Bana çağırmışlar. Karanlık açısam bu Hogsmeade nedir? Ben teşekkür edip ayrılayım ya. Hogsmeade ne harbi?
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain and is home to an array of shops and pubs. You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there with friends in due course.
Neymiş? Okay.
Thank you, Professor
Teşekkür
Weasley.
ederim.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
Ne diyor? Benim işim hikayede bir eşya aramam veya şatoya uzun bir yolculuk daha fazla olduğu yönünde.
We did take a bit of a detour on the way here. Ended up exploring some ruins and... I shouldn't say more.
Exploring ruins?
Hayır deseydim keşke.
I presume Professor Fig has his reasons for keeping the details to himself for now. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
Bir saniye rica edeceğim. Şunu böyle ayarlasam nasıl olur? Ne istiyorsun sen şimdi?
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you and Professor Weasley talking about exploring ruins?
Bir daha çevir şunu. Bir yandan çeviriyle uğraşıyorum da. Profesör Weasley'e harabe keşfetmek hakkında konuştuğunu duydum. Bir şey demedik ki ama. Çok fazla bir şey, hatta neredeyse hiçbir şey söylemedim o iki ondan.
Yes, sir. But I didn't tell her anything else about our travels here. I will say, I think she suspects we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
Haritada gezinelim. Nereye gitmemi istiyorsun mesela? 2 tane ana quest mi var? Bu ne mesela? Neymiş bu? Alan kılavuzu haritası. Aslında olduğunu gösteriyor. Bu kale çok büyük, yol bulma yardımcı 3 tane bir nüfusu bulmam gerek. Bu ne? Şey mi? Kötü büyülerden korunma sınıfı mı? Karanlık saldırılarına karşı savunma. Burası yaşadığım sınıfı aslında yüzünü uygulamam gerekiyor dedim. Ben önce buna gidelim o zaman. Şuna.
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Go to Charm class. Böyle mi götürecek beni? Dur. Bir dakika. Bir 10 saniye rica ediyorum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Geldim aslında ama şunu yapmam lazım. Bakalım olacak mı? Nasıl yaparım bunu ya? İki, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Tamam, bir çıkıyorum. Heh. Onunla. Nasıl olacak, bir dakika. Niye elimde kaldı ya? Ben bunu daha önce yaptım. Bunu yerleştirdim yani. Hah. Allah. Tamam. Tamam. İlk sınıfımıza o ne la? İlk dersimize gireceğiz bakalım. Hayırlısı. Bu
Handy
neymiş?
resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
What do you want? Let us keep our heads above.
Üst katta mı bu? Ha. Hadi bakalım ilk derse gidelim o zaman.
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin?
Başlayalım
Welcome to Year
hocam.
5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now.
Hayda.
My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Ne yapmamı istiyor şimdi? Öğrenmek için aslında sabitleyin. Ha. Tamam.
Accio.
That is not bad.
You are a
Kötü değil
swift
mi?
learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
Dışarı mı çıkıyoruz direkt?
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right?
Hayda.
So why don't we have our newest student start us off?
Ben başlayayım istiyorsan.
Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relink. Very good. Stay focused.
Aşağı düştü ama.
Excellent control there.
Süper.
That's it.
Lan düştü.
To the best of us.
İyi, bir tane 50 aldık o zaman.
Very good. Points to Slytherin. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red.
Rastayız.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Let us see this.
Mavi benim. Tamam. Kaçta durdun? 50'de durdu.
There we go.
Accio.
Dur. Yes. Lan düştü lan.
Here we go.
Umarım o kırmızıyı düşürür. Ay 100 aldı lan. Yeter. Süper.
Very good.
Watch this.
İnşallah düşürürsün kırmızıyı bir tane. Bir şey diyeceğim. Bir dakika, yapabilir miyim? Bence yaparım.
Accio.
Bir daha yapabiliyor muyuz? Çok eğlenceli.
Oh, yeah.
Hadi be. Bir daha yapacağım.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
Biraz da ilginç hale getirelim. Olur.
I think we are well past
Ben
interesting at
başlasaydım.
this
Geç.
point.
Tamam, bayanlara ne? Tamam.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Be sharp. There we go.
Accio.
Yes. Dur ama durmadı ya. Yine durmadı. Yine durmadı.
Let us see.
Çok iyi. Yine durmadı ama ya. Şansa bak.
Accio.
Hayda, 50 geçirdim bunu. 80 yaptım ya.
Here we go.
Şaka yapıyorsun. Yanlışlıkla 80
That is how
yaptım
it's
ona.
done.
Dur artık. En azından 10 puan bu sefer. Ulan ya.
Very good, both of you. Well done. Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Well done back there. You took the loss in stride. Didn't want to go too easy on you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here.
Daha
It gets
ilk
easier,
gün
I promise.
ilk şeyde bence
That's good to hear.
tamam.
It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Ouagadougou just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Ouagadougou uses one.
Ouagadougou kimse kullanmıyormuş. Bu inanılmaz.
You can cast spells without a wand.
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
Burada neye
Is
benziyor?
Ouagadougou much bigger than Hogwarts?
Hogwarts'tan
Ouagadougou
büyük
School
mü?
of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or
büyükmüş lan.
overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
Is Ouagadougou a castle, like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Ouagadougou, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Of
Bir
course.
sonraki sefer görüşürüz ya.
A word, if you would.
If you're so inclined.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? Miss Onai is a talented witch. Take it in stride. One often gains the most from the battles one has lost.
Of course, Professor. It was a challenging match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Okey, bekleriz hocam. Expelliarmus. Expelliarmus.
Professor Ronan reminds me of my grandfather. Loads of wisdom, but a bit mad.
Ha, arasane yok mu? Okey. O zaman beni side quest'ler açıldı şimdi. Dur bakayım quest. Tamam, ona gideceğiz. Side quest ne? All main relationship assignment site. Site daha açamamış. Main'e gidelim. Buna gidelim. Işınlanamıyor muyuz? Level yani festival. Harry Potter'ın oyunu oynayacağız. Nereden gideceğiz oraya? Harry Potter yok ama. Oyunda Harry Potter niye yok?
Is that all you've got?
Ne yapıyorsunuz lan?
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the great poacher raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Yeni bir tane büyü öğrendim.
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with the basic cast.
Protego!
See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised Levioso. Good. Now, the basic cast. Well done.
Havaya uçuruyorum, sonra da vuruyorum.
The best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast.
Expelliarmus.
You may begin.
Levioso.
Lucky.
Nothing lucky about it.
Lucky me?
Good form. I know.
This
Levioso,
your
Protego.
duel.
Let's just say I'm a...
If only all of my students were this adept.